Hello, good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to one more amazing session from Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. Good afternoon to you guys. This is Suresh, our faculty of chemistry from Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. How are you doing, my dear students? Please confirm, am I visible and audible? Any issues? Right, good, thank you. Hello, Annamani, good afternoon. Right, okay, today we are going to give you the structure of atom, the last session, quantum mechanical model of an atom. Fine. In this YouTube platform, Infinity Learn is presenting you physics, chemistry and biology for NEET examination preparation, and this program is NEET STEP UP 2025 program. So hope you all taking advantage of these sessions, right? And please like these sessions and share and subscribe. So we are conducting these YouTube sessions right from afternoon 12 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock. Both physics, chemistry and biology are being presented over here. So in the journey of NEET examination preparation, in a week of 6 days, first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are talking about 11th topics, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we are discussing about 12th grade topics. In this journey, in last week, we had a discussion about atomic structure, Bohr's atomic theory, ज़्यादा emphasis दे चुका, and बाद में de Broglie concept दे दिया, Heisenberg uncertainty principles पहले fundamental particles से शुरू किया. And we also had a discussion about organic chemistry, alcohols, phenols and ethers. We are giving the best out of all mechanisms and कैसे questions निकालना है and आप कैसे कर रहे हैं, सब लोग यहाँ पर दे रहे हैं. And in the structure of atom फिलहाल, so hi Kotra, Santoshni, good afternoon my dear students. Good afternoon, how are you? Is this your first session? Please confirm. So here so many students are coming and taking regular sessions, and I didn't see your name, or I may not be remember your name. Yeah, yes, you are a new student. 1 minute. Yes, in these sessions we are talking about NEET preparation. Hope you are a dropper of 12th standard or 11th to 12th promoted student. Santoshni. So I am looking at the chat box and I am working on that. Okay. So yes. So give thumbs up emojis, sub log, so that we can start these sessions. And these particular sessions, you are a dropper. Very good. And जो topics and जो lectures हम दे रहे हैं Infinity Learn की तरफ से ये YouTube platform में, ये 12th droppers को भी और 11th से 12th प्रमोट हो रहे हैं ना, ये लोग बच्चों लोग कभी जो बच्चे NEET 2025 प्रोग्राम के लिए तैयार है. सो ये प्रोग्राम का नाम है NEET STEP UP 2025, है ना. एंड इन चैट बॉक्स एंड डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स आपको ये हाय रिचा, हाय रिचा, हाय, हाउ आर यू? Yes, money making zone. Hey, yeah, chemistry making zone here. Money, it's not a money making zone here. Good afternoon. Ishita kaha hai? Okay. And in the description box, Telegram channel भी दिया. So please join in the Telegram channel. आपको सारा class का notes भी मिलेगा यहाँ पर, and you will be getting updates about these sessions also. है ना? Who is that money making zone in the session? Okay, funny names. My dear students, good afternoon, beta. Good afternoon. Yes. Amrita Vasu, good afternoon. So in the chat box, I am going to respond to every student, and I am going to respond to every doubt that is academically pointed out. Okay, spamming mat karna. है ना? Amrita Vasu. And who is that money making zone? And आपका शुभ नाम क्या है बेटा? Okay, so let's talk. फिलहाल अभी तक क्या कर चुका? So you are talking about fundamental particles. Okay, we discussed fundamental particles. From there ये मनी मेकिंग जो है कौन सा क्लास है? ये केमिस्ट्री क्लास है। मेरा नाम सुरेश, फैकल्टी ऑफ केमिस्ट्री, इन्फिनिटी लैंड तरफ से आपको नीट एग्जामिनेशन का प्रिपरेशन पढ़ा रहा हूँ मैं। हाँ, अरे सुभाष कुशवाहा, क्या नाम बदल दिया हर बार। ओके ओके, कोई प्रॉब्लम। हैप्पी बर्थडे रिचा शर्मा। हैप्पी बर्थडे, गॉड ब्लेस यू। और अगले बर्थडे आप मेडिकल कॉलेज में कर दो, अब डॉक्टर्स के साथ। रिचा शर्मा, ये मेरे ब्लेसिंग्स है। ओके ओके कुशवाहा, अरे नाम बदलना यार, मनी मेकिंग जोन थोड़ा अलग दिख रहे हैं ना, सो नेम चेंज यू नेम देयर। ओके, सो फंडामेंटल पार्टिकल्स बाद में थॉमसन देख लिया, and Thomson का student Rutherford given a model alpha ray scattering experiment, and the Rutherford model has some stability issues. So stability issues देखने के लिए नेचर ऑफ लाइट भी दिया। नेचर ऑफ लाइट में आपका वेव नेचर एंड पार्टिकल नेचर, उसमें प्लैंक क्वांटम थ्योरी दिया, एंड हाइड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्रम, in that hydrogen emission spectrum, Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett series and Fund series. ओके, ये गेमिंग चैनल है ना। ओके, ये यूट्यूब चैनल है, उसमें सिर्फ नीट के एग्जामिनेशन पढ़ाई जाएगा। ओके कुशवाहा, ओके, हाइड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्रम, एंड आफ्टर दैट बोर्स थ्योरी, बोर्स एटॉमिक मॉडल is actually Rutherford is a Thomson student, and after Rutherford, Bohr is a student of Rutherford. Talk about Bohr's atomic model. So electron revolve around the concentric circular path called orbits, and he has given a particular circular path. A circle का radius भी दिया, energy भी दिया. So at the end of the session, I'm going to give you the total formulas that we discussed in this particular channel, and you will be getting these particular notes as in the PDF form in the Telegram channel, my dear students. Okay, so after the de Broglie hypothesis, and after that Heisenberg uncertainty principle. In the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, we can see the electron position and the momentum cannot be determined accurately and simultaneously. So these are the things already covered. If any student is not, hi Ishita, if any student is not able to join previously and these sessions in the recording YouTube channel में तैयार है, you can get it into that and you go through, and अगर कुछ डाउट होगा तो वो रिप्ले सेशंस में कमेंट बॉक्स में थोड़ा सा डाउट लिखना है. सो एवरी डाउट इज गोइंग टू बी हॉनर्ड माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. ठीक है, आज क्या पढ़ा वाला है. So what you learn, Schrodinger wave equation and orbital shapes, quantum numbers and electronic configurations. And अगर आपका नीट एग्जामिनेशन में पक्का एक क्वेश्चन आएगा, ओके, if at all minimum of one question and maximum of two questions are important from this particular chapter. So if any question you want to get, you can get it from हाइड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्रम और एवं बोर्स एटॉमिक थ्योरी से भी निकलेगा. If not, definitely you will be getting a question from the quantum numbers, my dear students. Right? That's good. Ishita? Fine. So, and today's class of interest is quantum mechanical model of an atom. So, उसमें Schrodinger wave equation है. सो एक चीज बताना चाहता हूं मैं. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन रिवॉल्व अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस, एक क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल का मेन इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. इलेक्ट्रॉन रिवॉल्व अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस इन ए सर्कुलर पाथ अकॉर्डिंग टू बोर. इट इज एक्चुअली क्लासिकल मॉडल. ये इलेक्ट्रॉन न्यूक्लियस के बाहर घूमने वाला है, इसका पोजीशन में यहां पर दिखा दिया. लेकिन हाइसेनबर्ग क्या बोला? हाइसेनबर्ग बोला कि ये इलेक्ट्रॉन यहां रहना है, वैसे बोलने के मना है क्यों? इट इज अनसर्टेन. both the position and the momentum of electron cannot be determined. So once it is not determined, it is impossible to say इलेक्ट्रॉन का पोजीशन यहाँ पर होगा, लेकिन इलेक्ट्रॉन वहां पर और कहीं भी रहने वाले इलेक्ट्रॉन एटम के अंदर, लेकिन कहाँ रहता है, सो बोलने का मना किया. मैथमेटिकली ये इम्पॉसिबल है, ये संभव है कि नहीं? ओके, मुश्किल है बोलने का, नामुमकिन नहीं. सो मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूं यहाँ पर, अरे इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ नहीं होगा तो कहाँ होगा? कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ कर सकते शायद. यू कांट से प्रिसाइजली, यू कैन से प्रोबेबली, है ना? दैट्स गुड. अरे इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे भी रहना है, इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे भी रहना है, कहीं भी रह सकते. So that is called probability, mathematical model of the electron. So ये mathematics क्या बोलना है? So from here to sun, earth to sun, that is the distance. So scientists could able to calculate it, है ना? So anybody went by a tape and measure किया? नहीं. From earth to sun, this is the distance is mathematically calculated. Okay, according to physics, according to mathematics, we can calculate. So shape of the atom भी कर सकते. अरे electron cannot be existed here precisely, so precisely, but it can probably can exist like this. So a probably can exist like this. Probably you can say. So Heisenberg don't feel bad, right? So that is what you call it as modern atomic model, beta. So this is what you call it as quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanical model is otherwise called as modern model. So this is given by many scientists, right from de Broglie including Schrödinger, based on Heisenberg. So a classical model का, a modern model का, ये Heisenberg uncertainty principle is the foot holding step. यहाँ से कदम रखने वाले ये क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए. होप यू आर अंडरस्टैंड है. थम्स अप देना यार क्लास में. अरे इतना चीज आ रहा है ना क्लास में, सो सभी का सभी इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड स्क्रोडिंगर वेव इक्वेशन है ना, ये स्क्रोडिंगर वेव इक्वेशन में सिर्फ इक्वेशन ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, उसमें साई एंड साई स्क्वायर देखना है बेटा. सो मैं आपको पेश कर रहा हूं ये इलेक्ट्रॉन. ओके, दिस इज क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल ऑफ एन एटम. दैट्स गुड इशिता, कंग्रेचुलेशंस at least. So students are able to get advantage of these sessions. So these sessions you enjoy and you take advantage, and you not only you share these sessions so that your friends also are getting advantage of this, right? So Schrödinger wave equation, Erwin Schrödinger, ये equation है ना, the wave equation describes the electron in a motion as a three-dimensional wave traveling in an electric field of a positive nucleus. Schrödinger differential wave equation is given like this. So it is an equation. It is a second order differential equation. You need not have to derive this, and totally it is related to mathematics. In NEET में सिर्फ basics का ही important है. So that is given as dou square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus 8 pi square m by h square of e minus v of psi is equal to 0. क्या कलम कमाल किया. So ये equations सारे के सारा ये रट्टा मारना, कभी कभी रट्टा मारना का गलत बात नहीं है. So ये dou indicates here a double second order differential equation है बेटा, है ना. साई जो है ना, आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन द साई. दैट इज अ वेव फंक्शन. जब इलेक्ट्रॉन इज ए वेव, ओके, ये वेव का ऐसे जा रहा है ना, सो ये वेव का जो एम्पलीट्यूड होगा ना, that amplitude is called psi. So that is what you call it as wave function. So if the electron is present, you can see the nucleus, and this is an x-axis and this is a y-axis, okay, and this is a z-axis. So I just want to say dou square psi by dou x square, x axis में dou का वैल्यू कितना होगा, y axis में so psi का वैल्यू कितना होगा, z axis में psi का वैल्यू कितना होगा. So m stands here mass of the electron, and h is again Planck's constant, and E is the total energy beta. This is total energy, and V means potential energy, and psi is equal to 0. So उसमें क्या, ये इतना घटिया इक्वेशन हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम नहीं कर सकते, ये स्क्रोडिंगर दिया ना. सो दिस इज एन इक्वेशन, ये इक्वेशन मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशन. अगर ये इक्वेशन सॉल्व करेंगे तो आपका सही का वैल्यू एक्स एक्सिस में निकलेगा, सही का वैल्यू जेड एक्सिस में निकलेगा, सही का वैल्यू x axis, y axis, z axis में निकलेगा. So x, y, z are Cartesian coordinates of the electron. Hi, Suraj Rajput, है ना? And V is the potential energy, E is the total energy, M is the mass of electron, H is the Planck's constant. So सारे के सारा ये equation. So you need not have to solve. I am telling how it is solved, right? You need not have to solve. Suraj Rajput, fine beta, right? So when you solve it using the symbol this inverted triangle, okay, instead of the three partial differentials, ये एक partial differential है और दूसरा partial differential है, ये तीसरा partial differential है. So instead of using these three partial differentiations, the wave equation is थोड़ा shortcut में कम कर लिया मैं. So मैं नहीं है, स्क्रोडिंगर किया. So that is delta square psi plus 8 pi square m by h square of E minus v of psi is equal to 0. So उसमें अंदर का क्या चीज़ है देखना का थोड़ा कम करना, क्योंकि ये थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट है, ये मैथमेटिक्स हिसाब से दिया. So where delta square is equal to this for x axis operator, y axis operator, z axis operator, partial differentials. Of course यहाँ पर this delta is otherwise called Laplacian operator, okay, ये Laplacian operator बोलने वाले. So you can also say E psi is equal to V minus h square by 8 pi square m, okay, del square of psi. So this is not required, this is required, and this is required, okay. Hi Suraj, अरे कुछ बोलना चाहता हो क्या? So from an atom or a molecule whose energy does not change with time, Schrodinger wave equation is a h psi is equal to E psi h is equal to V minus h square by 8 pi square m del square. In this we can say when you solve Schrodinger wave equation you are going to get n number of solutions, okay, n number of solutions, and those solutions which are valid and many of the solutions which are not valid, okay. Those values which are valid are called eigenvalues. These eigenvalues should Hamiltonian operator हिसाब से ऐसे दिया, okay. Eigenvalues only we have to take. So if this is an atom and this is your nucleus beta, this is your nucleus, and this is your electron, and this is your electron. So electron आपका x axis में होगा, y axis में होगा, and x axis में होगा, z axis में होगा, y axis में होगा, and ये कुछ axis से इतना distance से electron is found, that is given as a radius, that is given as a radius, है ना, and certain angle that is given as theta and pi, okay. So we need रेडियल प्रोबेबिलिटी, वी नीड एंगुलर प्रोबेबिलिटी, दो चीज चाहिए इलेक्ट्रॉन का एग्जिस्टेंट बोलने वाले के. So that is given as radial probability function, Cartesian coordinates in terms of polar coordinates. So in this, x r sin theta cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta and sin theta, and z is equal to r cos theta. So existence of the electron along the x axis and y axis, and it is according to the z axis. So sin cos इस्तेमाल किया इलेक्ट्रॉन का पोजीशन बोलने के लिए. Okay. Okay, today Richa Sharma, happy birthday to you. And here the Schrodinger wave equation converted in terms of polar coordinates is solved, imposing the boundary conditions to obtain wave function of the electron as the product of three parts varying r, radius, and theta and pi. Okay, theta and pi. So these are the angles. So that is given as r represents the radial part of the description, describes the variation of wave function only on the basis of radial distance. So radial probability function is how much distance an electron is probably found from the nucleus is called a radial probability function, and the angular probability function tells what is the angle that electron makes with respect to one axis, है ना? Okay, Risha will go into that. Okay, now angular wave function talks about theta and pi and represents the dependence of sign angular orientation of the electron in the spherical sphere. What is the angle of the electron with respect to a particular axis? Okay, right, where you can see boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? I mean to say, this is the atom, nucleus, and the electron can have the rotation anywhere. It can be here, and it cannot be more than this. That is what you call it as a boundary condition. Yeah, Abhinav, Guruji, Ram, Abhinav, शायद अभिनव है, पक्का अभिनव होना, unknown, Abhinav, right. Okay, so wave function must be finite conditions. These statements जो दिया हुआ ना, these are used as a NEET examination में आपका statement 1 and statement 2 questions, statement 1 and statement 2 questions आता है. Okay, पक्का है बेनो, पक्का. Okay, Parvesh. Okay, so the wave function must be finite. I just want to say Schrodinger wave equation जो है ना, if you solve that equation, you don't get one solution, you will be getting so many solutions. कैसे है? ये second order equation ऐसे है होता है ना? So when you solve some equation in physics, you will सब लोग के एक ही आंसर मिलेगा, लेकिन जो ये स्क्रोडिंगर वेव इक्वेशन है ना, ये इक्वेशन आप सॉल्व करना, ये इक्वेशन आप सॉल्व करना. So for you 100 times you solve it, if you can 100 different answers you will get. Okay, सबका वैल्यू इतने इम्पॉर्टेंट नहीं है, जो वैल्यूज इम्पॉर्टेंट है ये वैल्यूज पकड़ना. सो कैसे पकड़ना है? ओके, परवेश अभी क्लास आधा घंटा के पहले स्टार्ट किया. सो ये स्क्रोडिंगर वेव इक्वेशन का सॉल्यूशन, सही सॉल्यूशन पकड़ने का ये बाउंड्री कंडीशंस इस्तेमाल करो. यही है बाउंड्री कंडीशंस आपका. First, wave function must be finite and continuous. There shouldn't be any discontinuous, and it must be single value. It shouldn't have infinite number of values. Actually, it should have only single value at a given point. There cannot be more than one value for psi. Psi must become shell at a large distance of r from the nucleus in order to depict the boundary state where the electron is held close to the proton. So it should have a definite value. Okay, and it want to say must be finite. Okay, and it should normalize it, integrated and differential equations. So these points should be enough. Okay, and values of psi which are valid are called eigenfunctions. Okay, eigenfunctions or eigenfunctions. ठीक है बेटा? Okay, yeah, Abhinav, समझते हैं कब आते हैं. Okay, right. And the well-behaved wave functions were found to be characterized by a set of three integers denoted by principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, and magnetic quantum number. So these three quantum numbers should be valid. So actually I want to say significance of psi and psi square. Actually, when you talk about the electron wave function here, this is electron, just like a wave it is going according to duality of the matter. Okay, focus करो. Okay, so psi का क्या, ये amplitude जो है ना, that is called psi. Amplitude कभी कभी जीरो हो रहा है, एम्पलीट्यूड कभी कभी जीरो हो रहा है, कभी कभी पॉजिटिव हो रहा है, कभी कभी नेगेटिव हो रहा है. देखो यहाँ पर पॉजिटिव है, यहाँ पर नेगेटिव है. इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी का मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन है नहीं है, इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं है जीरो, इलेक्ट्रॉन है +1. You take in the probability it varies 0 to 1 only, it cannot be negative. So but the probability is taking negative. That's the we see psi has no physical significance. That's very, very important. Psi has no physical significance. So this point is very important for statement type questions. परवेश आपको सैलरी देने वाला है क्या, आप नौकरी दे सकते हो तो मैं आ सकता हूँ. मेरा सैलरी बच्चों लोग को भला करने के ये यूट्यूब सेशंस में कर रहा हूँ. ओके, हम पैसा नहीं कमा रहा हूँ ये यूट्यूब सेशन से. रिचा परवेश का ओके वैसा बातचीत मत करना. लेट अस फोकस ऑन एकेडमिक्स के बारे में बातचीत करना है रहा. ओके परवेश, now psi is a wave function, it gives the amplitude of the electron. कभी कभी इसका वैल्यू पॉजिटिव होता है, कभी कभी इसका वैल्यू नेगेटिव होता है. नेगेटिव वैल्यू का वजह से इसका कुछ सिग्निफिकेंस नहीं है. therefore psi square पकड़ना चाहता हूँ. psi square, square of anything cannot be negative, so that it is taken as a positive. It gives a probability finding of an electron. Okay. Okay, देख लेता हूँ परवेश का. Okay, so it is observed that some regions of the space the value of psi is positive and other regions the value of psi is negative. That's what it is shown here, right? And but the probability must always be positive and it can never be negative. So that the proper to use psi square in the favor of psi. So psi square भी इस्तेमाल करना है. So if you use the psi square now, it is observed that the same way. The intensity of light is proportional to the square root of amplitude. That's the reason why light consists of photons. Okay, photons means energy packets. Just as psi square indicates the density of photons in the space, mean to say the density of probability finding of electron. Psi square in the case of electron wave denotes the probability of finding of an electron in the space around the nucleus. That's important. That's important. मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ, अगर आप हाइड्रोजन एटम पकड़ लो, सो हाइड्रोजन एटम का सो इतना बकवास मत देना. So it is x and y. It is x and y, right? You can say. This is x axis and this is y axis and this is z axis. है ना? Now if you take this Schrodinger wave equation and solve this Schrodinger wave equation, dou square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus 8 pi square by h square of e minus v of psi is equal to 0. If you solve this, you are going to get the psi square value with respect to the radial probability function and angular probability function. यहाँ पर आपको मिलेगा. So again you solve it. Electron probably it may found here. Okay, sometime electron may be found here, electron may be found here, something like that. You will get electron probability. So these many times you have to solve this Schrodinger wave equation. So on the graph paper, so you can make dots on the graph paper, and these collection of dots जो है ना, सो आपका देख रही है हाइड्रोजन एटम का पिक्चर. सो दिस इज द हाइड्रोजन एटम का इमेज ड्रा कर लिया. You understand, Suresh? Clear beta? So this is how the atom structure is revealed from the Schrodinger wave equation. So हर dot जो है ना, a dot is derived from a dot, it's a graph. A graph में एक function is a dot है ना. ये hundreds of times you have to solve this Schrodinger wave equation, then only you are going to get the structure of atom like this. Hope you understand. एक बार thumbs up और fire emoji देना बेटा जल्दी, so that we can talk about the shapes of orbitals, quantum numbers. Yes, that's good. 1 minute. Yes. Now, so the wave functions which satisfies the boundary conditions are called eigenfunctions. The energy values corresponding to eigenfunctions are called eigenvalues, right? So, shapes of orbitals, the boundaries of orbitals, shapes of orbitals. So, boundary surface diagrams consist of probability finding of an electron. ये orbital क्या? The probability finding of electron. यहाँ पर देखो आपका, this is the probability finding. ये single dot है ना, probability finding. Collection of hundreds of dots is called probability finding of electron, है ना. So the probability finding of electron यहाँ पर ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा होगा, है ना. ये मैक्सिमम अराउंड 95%. यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी नहीं ही है, इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पर प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंडिंग नहीं है. इलेक्ट्रॉन का प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंडिंग जहाँ पर ज़्यादा होगा, सो दैट यू मेक ए बाउंड्री लाइन देयर, दैट इज द ऑर्बिटल. थैंक यू स्टर्लिंग अलोक, थैंक यू बेटा. एवरी डाउट इज क्लियर, दैट्स फाइन. एंड जैसे कमेंट्स आता है ना चैट बॉक्स में, हमका गूजबम्स देता है ना. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर नाइस कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स, थैंक यू. and this is the probability finding of electron. Where it is maximum is called orbital. That is what you call it as shapes of orbital. जहाँ पर so boundary surface diagram of constant probability density of different orbitals are given. Fairly good representation of the shapes of the orbital. The probability finding of an electron is a small radial volume around the nucleus is called radial probability or D function. D, radial probability density. D stands for radial probability density. यहाँ पर देखो, ओके, यहाँ पर देखो, यहाँ पर रेडियल प्रोबेबिलिटी का डेंसिटी ज़्यादा है, डेंसिटी यहाँ पे ज़्यादा है, पूरा की पूरा, है ना. सो दैट इज़ व्हाट यू कॉल इट एज प्रोबेबिलिटी डेंसिटी. ओके, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड pi r square by dr, right? So that is what it is given. So radial probability is equal to d function 4 pi r square dot dr dot psi square. That is what you call. This is very very important. NEET examination में आपका जिसका d का ग्राफ आना है. So where dr is the thickness of the subshell, this is what you call it as thickness of the subshell. Okay, dr, that you can say dr. So if you talk about d and radius for hydrogen, ये ही hydrogen atom है ना, this is a hydrogen atom, ये हाइड्रोजन एटम है. सो द डेंसिटी इज 0 न्यूक्लियस से, यहाँ से डेंसिटी यहाँ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मिलके फिर वापस आ रहे हैं. So that you can say like this. Understand or not? Clear? This is very important. यहाँ हाइड्रोजन एटम का रेडियस कितना है? 0.529 एंगस्ट्रॉम यूनिट्स होगा बेटा, यहाँ से यहाँ तक. अंडरस्टैंड? गॉट इट? सो इफ यू से प्रोबेबिलिटी डेंसिटी यहाँ से ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये रेडियस 0.529 एंगस्ट्रॉम यूनिट्स होना है. सो ये चीज, ये लॉजिक है हाइड्रोजन एटम का स्ट्रक्चर निकालने के लिए रिचा, एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ये नीट में सीधा क्वेश्चंस आता है, ये पॉइंट देते हैं, ये खाली हाइड्रोजन का ये ग्राफ दे के ये पॉइंट निकाल के, ये पॉइंट का डिस्टेंस कितना है, ये नीट में मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन आने का स्ट्रेट अवे ज़्यादा चांसेस भी है. आर यू गेटिंग और नॉट माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स? क्लियर? अंडरस्टैंड? Fine. Sterling alok. Sterling alok. Very good. Very good. So let's talk about the same. Yes. So you can improve the NEET score by using Google form there. So you can just directly enroll in that, so that you will be having a continuous track about how you are preparing for NEET 2025 and your periodic tests and how you are doing, and आपका रैंक का कितना संभावना मिलेगा, एवरीथिंग इट इज़ गिवन देयर. एंड आल्सो टेलीग्राम चैनल भी दिया, उसमें ज्वाइन करना है. टेलीग्राम चैनल में आपका सारे के सारा नोट्स मिलेगा. ये नोट्स आपका पीडीएफ फॉर्मेट में मिलेगा. ओके ओके फाइन, थैंक यू. एंड द कर्व्स showing radial probability shapes of orbitals. Okay, the curves showing the variation of radial probability with radial distance of an electron from the nucleus are called radial probability distribution curves. So in that if you see various probability curves I want to say. So I'll come back to these slides once again. I'll come back to these slides. Okay, shapes of orbitals. Okay, s orbital. S orbital can accommodate electrons with L is equal to 0. L is the angular momentum quantum number, and this is azimuthal quantum number, and these orbitals are represented in every orbit starting from first. So this is the nucleus, this is the nucleus, and this is 1s orbital. This is the nucleus, and this is the 1s orbital, and this is 2s orbital. This is the nucleus, and this is 1s orbital, 1s orbital. देखो, I just want to show you nucleus, 1s orbital, 2s orbital, 3s orbital. Nucleus, 1s orbital, nucleus, 1s orbital, 2s orbital. एंड जहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन है ऑर्बिटल बोलो, यहाँ पर ऑर्बिटल का प्रोबेबिलिटी, इलेक्ट्रॉन का प्रोबेबिलिटी 0 है, नोड. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी फंक्शन जहां पर ज्यादा से ज्यादा होगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड ऑर्बिटल. जहां पर 0 होगा, दैट इज व्हाट यू कॉल इट एज नोड. सो छोटा सा पॉइंट्स है. स्टर्लिंग, इशिता एंड सर रिचा शर्मा, छोटा सा पॉइंट है, एंड थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट भी आपका अच्छा होगा, है ना. सो यहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन है, ये 1s ऑर्बिटल है. 1s ऑर्बिटल थोड़ा गैप मिला के 2s ऑर्बिटल निकला, दैट इज कॉल्ड नोड, राइट. सो जहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं है, ये नोड बोलना. अंडरस्टैंड? एंड दिस इज 1s ऑर्बिटल, 2s ऑर्बिटल, 3s ऑर्बिटल. 1s का 2s के बीच में खाली जगह है ना, नोड होगा. एंड 2s 3s का बीच में खाली है ना, दैट. सो अगर 3s का 2 नोड है, सो नोड्स इज इक्वल टू 2, नोड इज इक्वल टू 1, है ना. सो लाइक दैट यू कैन सी the total number of peaks appearing in the curve for s orbital. You can see, and it is for 1s orbital, है ना. probability density and the radius, and जो ये distance है ना 0.529 angstrom units और 0.53 angstrom units, ये value आप याद रखना, क्योंकि radius of hydrogen atom okay is equal to 0.529 into n square, है ना, right? That's very good, nice Richa. Okay, now 2s orbital का, so this is 1s orbital का, अगर 2s ऑर्बिटल का एंड इट इज साई कर्व 1s 2s एंड 3s, एंड यहाँ पर जो है ना नोड है, यहाँ पर जो है ना ये नोड होगा, एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट साई स्क्वायर 1s 2s and 2p, so it is a node. So these graphs are important. From these graphs multiple choice question सीधा गया सीधा आपका निकलेगा, and concept is very simple. Concept may be complicated and application is very simple, my dear students. So घबराओ मत करना, and it is for p subshell. And I just want to say D versus R. This is for 1s orbital, D R, so this is for 2s orbital, उसमें आपका नोड है, this is a node है, and this graph is very important, my dear students, and this is about D and R, so that is 3s orbital, यहाँ पर आपका आएगा, right? This is your node beta, this is your node beta. So number of nodes, so number of peaks is equal to shell number, okay, number of peaks is equal to आपका जो प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर है. So Sterling, why, what happened? मैं ठीक हूँ. So this is 1s orbital, 1 peak है, this is 2s orbital, 2 peaks है, 3s orbital, 3 peaks है, ठीक है बेटा, और क्या? So this is a simple trick. Whenever you are taking a look at this particular graph, these graphs look so clumsy beta, but this clumsiness can give you a simple trick here. Number of peaks is equal to principal quantum number जितना shells होगा, right Ishita? Fine better, thank you. And talking about p sublevel, and p sublevel begins from second orbit. What is orbit and orbital? Let us talk, go back to this orbit and orbital. एक टेबुलर फॉर्म दिया आपको, क्लास 10 में भी देखने वाले हैं, ऑर्बिट एंड ऑर्बिटल. सो ऑर्बिट इज क्या? It is a well-defined circular path around the nucleus in which the electron revolves, is called orbit, and orbital is the region or space around the nucleus where the probability of finding of electron is maximum. So electron का जो probability finding है ना, इसका probability ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा होना कम से कम 95% है, and the orbit represents the movement of the electron in one plane, where the orbital represents the movement of electron in three-dimensional plane. And in an orbit, the position as well as the velocity of the electron can be known with certainty, but orbit is not here according to the quantum mechanics. My dear students, here on orbital, it is not possible to find the position as well as velocity of the electron with certainty. Heisenberg uncertainty principle के हिसाब से, है ना? हाइसेनबर्ग क्या बोला है ना, हाइसेनबर्ग अनसर्टेनिटी प्रिंसिपल के हिसाब से, राइट बेटा? स्टर्लिंग, एंड ऑर्बिट्स आर सर्कुलर और एलिप्टिकल. अरे सर्कुलर वी नो, बोर बोल चुका, एंड एलिप्टिकल कौन बोला? नहीं पता? एलिप्टिकल पाथ, okay, not an issue. I'll tell you. Ishita, who told the elliptical path of an electron? सर्कुलर पाथ बोला नील्स बोर, एलिप्टिकल पाथ कौन बोला? Okay, we'll come back. So orbitals has different shapes: s orbital, spherical, p orbital, dumbbell, and d orbital, double dumbbell, and f orbital, quadri-dumbbell. We are going to see the shapes also, my dear students. Okay, and orbits do not have directional characteristics. So it can be like this or it can be like this. You know, except all orbitals have direction except s orbital, right? And an orbit can have the maximum number of 2n square electrons, that is called Bohr-Bury principle. That is what you call it as Bohr-Bury principle. Two n square rule, that is called Bohr-Bury principle. Right? And an orbital can accommodate a maximum of n only 2 electrons. Any orbital can have 2 electrons. Sir, p orbital बोला 6 electron है. अरे p orbital का dpx, py, pz, px में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, py में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, pz में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. सो px, py, pz पकड़ के p सबशेल बोलना. सो p सबशेल में आपका 2 + 2 + 2 = 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन, लेकिन px एक ही ऑर्बिटल है, py और एक ऑर्बिटल है, pz और एक ऑर्बिटल है. सो हर ऑर्बिटल का any orbital maximum of 2 electrons, very important. एंड मेरा क्वेश्चन है एलिप्टिकल शेप कौन दिया? स्टर्लिंग, इशिता कौन दिया? अरे सोमरफेल्ड. दिस इज गिवन बाय बोर एंड एलिप्टिकल दिया सोमरफेल्ड. सोमरफेल्ड दिया गया. हाँ, एलिप्टिकल. अमृता वासु. Yes. Now let's talk about p subshell. P subshell का p subshell is having a d dumbbell shape. A azimuthal quantum number 1 होगा. What is azimuthal quantum number? I am going to tell you. And it has px, py, pz, and each p orbital has 2 lobes and separated by one nodal plane. ये nodal plane है क्या? So I am going to tell you what is a nodal plane. So this is x axis and this is the nucleus, है ना? And आपका p orbital जो है ना, ये p orbital ऐसा दिखेगा आपको. देखो ये p orbital है, ये p orbital है, dumbbell shape, है ना? Yes. Electron revolve as a standing wave. No sir. Yes, of course, Amrita. Electron revolve around the nucleus in a standing circular path like in the wave motion according to de Broglie. And जो wave है ना, and जो wave का wave function मिलके ये probability finding imaginary diagram ऐसे मिला है ना. उसमें आपका जो है ना, if you assume this is a plane, this is a plane, and this is a plane where passing the electron, the plane which pass through the nucleus, probability finding of electron is 0, is called as nodal plane. This is what you call it as nodal plane. Or this is also called as angular node. नाम अलग है लेकिन मीनिंग सेम है. Yes, exactly, Amrita Vasu, what you said is correct. So each p orbital has 2 lobes separated by one nodal plane. This is a lobe and that is a lobe. This is a nodal plane or angular node. Okay, and the probability of density function is 0 in the plane where the 2 lobes touch each other. The nodal planes for px, py and pz are shown, and you can see, and this is your 2p orbital, this is your 3p orbital, यहाँ पर आपका नोड मिलेगा, that is your node. Yes, exactly. And this is your 3D double dumbbell, it is a double dumbbell shape. And D sublevel begins from shell number 3. It can have dxy, dyz, dzx, x square minus y square and z square. And z square जो ऑर्बिटल है ना, इसका p ऑर्बिटल जैसे दिखता है, लेकिन इसका कॉलर भी रहता है. I'll tell you best way to memorize d orbital shapes. You can see you have dxy. कहाँ लिखूं मैं? Yes, this is your dxy. Best way to memorize the d orbitals, right? If you see a lobe over here between the axis x and y, that is called dxy, and y and z, that is dyz, and z and x, that is what you call dzx. And these three orbitals looks same only, but they have the different lobes, same lobes and different axes. But dx square and y square, they are on the axis, that is called dx square and y square. ठीक है? And dz square, so z axis में ऐसे p ऑर्बिटल का जैसे आता है, लेकिन आपका जो कॉलर मिलेगा ऐसे, this is what you call it as a collar. This is what you call collar, Ishita. Now you can see the nodal planes. The nodal planes appear like this as well as like this. And if you can see, the nodal planes appears like this in a cone shape. Nodal plane appears in the cone shape. It is somewhere it is written. All the d orbitals dz square have the double dumbbell shape. Each d orbital has 4 lobes separated by 2 nodal planes or angular nodes, and dz square orbital has 1 dumbbell with 2 lobes in z axis and a small ring of collar type or tire type in xy plane. That's very important. Okay, for dxy orbital, so what is the angle that made by a lobe with x axis? That is 45 degrees, right? So, and these are 90 degrees, and any lobe it is 90 degrees again. With x axis it is going to be 45 degrees. That kind of questions that you can expect in NEET examination based on the shape of the orbitals. Okay, hope you are understanding. It's a great lecture that you can see all types of information in it, है ना? So थोड़ा आगे बढ़ना, थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ना. Yes, and number of radial nodes and number of radial nodal planes or number of radial nodes are also called as a spherical nodes, and number of nodal planes you can say are angular nodes. Okay, now how do I memorize these many names? So the node which is spherical, that is called spherical node, and the sphere has a radius, they are also called as a radial node, whereas number of nodal planes, plane has an angle, so that you can say it is an angular node. ये quantum mechanics का है बेटा. So YouTube channel में आपका देखता है classes, okay, colorfully नहीं रहता है. So यहाँ पर भी interesting भी होता है. ओके, क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स में आपका डांस करने का मुश्किल है, लेकिन सब्जेक्ट का डेप्थ देखना है ना? नाउ लेट अस टॉक अबाउट वननेस n minus L minus 1, that is number of spherical nodes, and number of angular nodes is equal to L. Total number of nodes is equal to n minus L minus 1 plus L. N minus L minus 1 plus L, that is equal to n minus 1 only, that's what it is given. So number of minimas and maximas, it is given in the form of tabular form, है ना? That's very very important, and everybody take a snapshot of this. 3, 2, 1. ले लिया? Yes, Ishita. Let's talk about, so F sub level, this is what is a quadri dumbbell shaped. Okay, so 8 lobes are there. You can see 8 lobes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 7 orientations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orientations. They have different names. Fy 3x square minus y square kaise deta? We don't need to see the complexity of the F orbital. I just want to say, and this is about S orbital, this is about S orbital, this is about spherical S orbital, this is about P orbital, that is Px, Py, Pz, and this is about D orbital, and dxy, yz and zx, and x square, y square and z square, है ना? And the order of their energies in different sub levels is given. S is less than, P is less than, D is less than F, है ना? Right. So S orbital का हमेशा कम से कम एनर्जी आना है, and can P orbital, then D orbital and F orbital. The behavior of the electron in an atom is described mathematically in a wave function of orbital that is given by quantum numbers. To know the identity of an electron in an atom, a set of 4 quantum numbers are required. They are principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. पहले देखना है principal quantum number. Principal quantum number क्या बोल सकते हैं आपका? Principal quantum number आपका बोलना है electron belongs to which shell of an atom? So atom is collection of cells, K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell, like that. So to which shell an electron belongs in an atom is given by principal quantum number. This is given by Niels Bohr. The quantum number introduced by Niels Bohr from the line spectrum of an atom, it is denoted by n. It is a positive integer. The values from n is equal to 1 to infinity तक ले सकते हैं आप, है ना? And the principal quantum number tells us this number, the shell number. First shell, K shell, second shell, L shell, third shell, M shell, and fourth shell, that is N shell. It goes like this, and it can explain successfully the total emission spectra of hydrogen spectrum, and it also gives the energy, also gives the radius of the electron, the velocity, and it is based on quantization of angular momentum. mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. This is the basis of the principal quantum number. जो भी बोर्स एटॉमिक थ्योरी बता रहे हैं आपका, ये प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर का वजह से. एनी डाउट माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स? एनी डाउट? इशिता, रीचा, कम ऑन, बोलना. कुछ डाउट है ना तो बोलो. या अमृता वासु, कुछ डाउट है ना? या, नो डाउट, थैंक यू. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट next one. It specifies the size of the shell. With increase in the value of the size of the shell increases, size of the atom also increases, right? And a number of electron in nth shell is given as K shell, n is equal to 1, L is equal to 2, M is equal to 3, N is equal to 4. So maximum number of electrons is given as 2n square, that is Bohr's-Bury principle. So K shell maximum 2, L shell maximum 8, M shell maximum 18, N shell maximum 32, है ना? That is according to 2n square, 2 into 1 square, 2 into 2 square, 2 into 3 square, 2 into 4 square, right? That's good. Now आगे बढ़ना. azimuthal quantum number, it is also called as azimuthal quantum number, it is also called as subsidiary quantum number or orbital angular momentum quantum number. Orbital angular momentum quantum number. In this orbital angular momentum quantum number, this is also called as azimuthal quantum number. It is proposed by Sommerfeld. It is proposed by Sommerfeld. And an energy level and the possible values are L is equal to 0, 1, 2 till n minus 1. This is very, very important. This Sommerfeld explained this particular subsidiary quantum number. He explained fine spectrum of hydrogen. But Bohr could not explain the fine spectrum of hydrogen, right? So Sommerfeld explained fine spectrum of hydrogen. So Bohr said shell to shell an electron is jumping given Lyman, Balmer, Paschen bracket fund. But these lines when under microscope they observe, they give sublines. So Sommerfeld सोच रहे हैं कि हर शेल में थोड़ा सा सब शेल भी होगा, इसीलिए ये सब शेल क्वांटम नंबर और subsidiary quantum number बोलना है. So the sub shell quantum number is otherwise called sub ऑर्बिटरी क्वांटम नंबर. हर ऑर्बिटल का एंगुलर मोमेंटम भी होते हैं, सो ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम क्वांटम नंबर भी बोलना. सो इट गवर्न्स द शेप ऑफ द ऑर्बिटल, इट डिटरमाइन द एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रॉन, नॉट इलेक्ट्रॉन, इट्स ऑर्बिटल. ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम. So orbital angular momentum is given as L is equal to h by 2 pi of root over L into L plus 1. L values right from 0 to n minus 1 तक रहेगा. So 0 से शुरू होगा, n minus 1 तक होगा, है ना. So here L is equal to 0, orbital angular momentum is also 0, like that. So this is a very, very important point, very important point. And if L is equal to 0, S or S subshell बोलना, इसका शेप स्पेरिकली होता है. L is equal to 1, ये P subshell बोलना इस डम्बल है. L is equal to 2, D subshell बोलना it is going to be double dumbbell है, except D z square. And L is equal to 3, ये F subshell बोलना ये कॉम्प्लेक्स स्ट्रक्चर होगा, है ना. एंड आखिरी बात है मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर. सो सिर्फ L एंड N L M क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स के कनेक्टेड है. स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर इज नॉट कनेक्टेड टू क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स. सो दिस क्वांटम नंबर वाज प्रपोज्ड बाय दिस साइंटिस्ट, and to explain the Zeeman effect and the Stark effect, it is denoted by either M or ML. So dumbbell Anushka, and dumbbell means this is your dumbbell. Okay, this is your dumbbell. Okay, डम्बरिक बोलते हैं ना, that is called dumbbell, है ना. Anushka, fine. And this quantum number describes the behavior of the electron in a magnetic field. Also, it explains the orientation. It explains the orientation of the orbital. I just said p orbital is a dumbbell shape. Dumbbell shape means it can be like this, Sterling. It can be like this, or it can be like this, है ना. So अगर डम्बल x एक्सिस में होगा तो px, डम्बल y एक्सिस पे रहने तो py, डम्बल x एक्सिस में रहने तो pz, है ना. So the orientation or the direction of the orbital दे दिया. Fine बेटा, that's good. You want to do dumbbells, so muscle. Very good. So the values of m L से डिपेंड करते हैं. अरे हमेशा प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर, अजीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर, मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर, है ना. मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर अज़ीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर से डिपेंड करता है, एंड अज़ीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर से डिपेंड करता है. कोमल कौशिक, thank you Komal Kaushik, thank you very much, thank you, God bless you all students in the class. Okay, and the values of m in the subshell माइनस एल से जीरो इंक्लूड करके प्लस एल तक होगा, है ना. एंड thus the total number of orbitals in L subshell is 2L plus 1. This is a very important line. This is very important line. आप नीट में सीधा इस्तेमाल करो मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन पकड़ने के लिए, है ना. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अरे इतना इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है आपका यूट्यूब चैनल में, आपका सारे से सारे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट इतना प्यार से समझा रहा हूं मैं. सो प्लीज लाइक द सेशन एंड शेयर विथ योर फ्रेंड्स यार, सो दैट आपको भी थोड़ा अच्छा होगा, है ना. आप जब कमेंट देते हैं ना, आपको थोड़ा सा गूस बम्स है ना. सो इट इज अ गिव एंड टेक पॉलिसी. ओके, हम पैसा कमाने के नहीं कर रहा हूँ. ओके, राइट. टॉकिंग अबाउट, सो एस सब शेल है ना, एल वैल्यू जीरो है. जब एल वैल्यू जीरो होगा तो एम वैल्यू भी जीरो होगा, एंड नंबर ऑफ ऑर्बिटल सिर्फ वन है ना. राइट, वेरी गुड. एंड पी सब शेल है एंड एल वैल्यू वन है. सो जब एल वैल्यू या वन है ना, एम वैल्यू इससे ऊपर डिपेंड करते हैं. सो एम वैल्यू एल माइनस एल से इंक्लूडिंग जीरो प्लस एल तक होगा, है ना. सो वन का मतलब माइनस एल से जीरो प्लस वन तक ही होगा, एंड थ्री नंबर ऑफ ऑर्बिटल्स आर देयर. इफ यू ड्रॉ लाइक दिस, है ना, एक ऑर्बिटल एक ऑर्बिटल, therefore pa orbital always you make three boxes, right. And d orbital 2 minus 1 0 plus 1 plus 2 5 है, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and 3 minus 2 minus 1 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 7 orbitals ही होगा. And spin quantum number is not related to quantum mechanics. है ना. So this quantum number was proposed by Gauss-Smith and Uhlenbeck to explain the line spectra observed as a doublets. Two closely spaced lines are called doublets, and three closely spaced lines are called triplets. And the multi-electron atom is denoted by ms, and these values either plus 1 or minus 1. So अगर आप देखना है, so when the electron revolve around the nucleus, ये clockwise और anti-clockwise होगा. Okay, whenever the clockwise upward arrow mark देना, anti-clockwise downward arrow mark देना opposite direction में, and the total spin of the electron is n into 1 by 2 दिया. So when the spin angular moment of an electron is given by, this is very important, s into s plus 1 of h by 2 pi is equal to root over s into s plus 1 of h. Okay, you just memorize this, come second. So s means this is what you call it a total spin of the electron. N is the number of electrons, okay, and of is the total spin. Yes, now spin only magnetic moment of the electron is given, and it is the magnetic moment is equal to root over n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton, where n is the number of unpaired electron with a parallel spin. That's the reason why when you write the electronic configuration, it is going to give when the unpaired electrons are there, so it is having the magnetic properties like iron, cobalt, nickel, है ना. Yes, yes, SPDF has a different spin. ना ऑर्बिटल्स अलग होता है. हाँ, yes, ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम अलग है, एंड उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन नंबर का वजह से मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट भी अलग होता है. अमृता वसु, ठीक है. एंड द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन एन एटम इज गिवन एज इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन. व्हेन यू राइट द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन 1s2 2s2 2p6 like that, it should follow set of rules, Aufbau rule, Hund's rule and the Pauli's rule, right? Let us talk into these rules. First of all, Aufbau rule. What is Aufbau? Could anybody tell me? Amrita, Ishita and Anushka, Sterling, anybody? Risha, birthday boy? Anybody? Yes, Aufbau rule. Aufbau is a German word. It is building up. So when the electrons are filled in the orbitals, the electrons first filled with less energetic orbitals, then higher energetic orbitals. So electrons are filled in the orbitals of their increasing energy. That is absolutely fine, Sterling, and it is given as अगर एनर्जी n का वजह से डिपेंड करता है, अगर n वैल्यू सेम होना तो n प्लस l वैल्यू पकड़ना. So relative energy of the orbitals is given with n plus l value. N is a principal quantum number and l is the azimuthal quantum number. As n plus value increases, the energy value of the orbitals increases. Okay, the orbital with the lowest n plus l value पहले fill करना, exactly इसी तरह बाद में higher n plus l value fill करना. The one with the lowest n value or highest l value is preferred in the filling. This is a very important. आपका जैसे 4s 3d में ये rule इस्तेमाल करता है. Okay, right. Now this is given with the Euler's diagram. With the Euler's diagram, 1s, 2s, 2p. First shell में सिर्फ 1s ऑर्बिटल होगा. Second shell में 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. It goes like this. When you strike now, so the electrons are filled in 1s पहले, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 5, 6s. एंड ये चीज़ है पीरियोडिक टेबल में भी आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. इट्स एन अमेजिंग डायग्राम इशिता, है ना. एंड वाई 4s 3b यहाँ पे टक जाता है हम. सो समटाइम्स वी राइट 4s, समटाइम्स वी राइट 3d. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन हाउ यू राइट द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. ओके, 30 का अंदर आप लिखना चाहता हूँ तो ये लिखो. ओके, दिस इज द फॉलोइंग. एंड पाउलिस एक्सक्लूजन प्रिंसिपल. Pauli's exclusion principle बोलना, and it is like a आधार नंबर. इलेक्ट्रॉन का जो 4 सेट ऑफ क्वांटम नंबर्स लाइक आधार नंबर. सो किसी दो इलेक्ट्रॉन का सेमी क्वांटम नंबर्स नहीं रहेगा, सेम होना मुश्किल है. सो हियर Pauli's exclusion principle बोलते हैं आपका no two electrons in an atom can have a set of 4 quantum numbers. That indicates an orbital can have maximum 2 electrons in it. That is what you call it as Pauli's exclusion principle. समझा रहे? समझे? इशिता? Yes. Komal, what do you say? Amrita, Vasu, Risha, come on. And 2 electrons have the same set of n value, l value, m value, but differ in s value. The maximum capacity of main energy shell is required equal to 2n square. Electrons and that subshell is 4l plus 2. So this is also very important. 4l plus 2 का वजह से नीट में फिलहाल 2 क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है ना. Very important. And the Pauli's exclusion principle is useful to determination of maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in an orbital or a subshell and a main shell. So in a main shell, that is 2n square. In an orbital, that is only 2, and subshell, that is n square. Simple thing. Okay. Yes, subshell S2, P6, D, then F14, G8. This is important. NCERT textbook में पूछा गया है वाला. NCERT textbook. This question has been asked in the NCERT textbook. Mind it. Maximum number of electrons that can be present in the G orbital, G shell. Okay, it is 18. It is the question present in the NCERT. Okay, Hund's rule. Hund's rule says, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. It says, so when a degenerate orbital is filled with electrons, pairing cannot take place unless the orbital is half filled with parallel spin. That is what you call it as Hund's rule. Pairing of electrons in the orbitals belong to the same sublevel. I mean to say degenerate orbital does not take place until each orbital belong to that shell has got the one electron with the same spin. That is all orbitals which singly occupied. So that's what I want to say. So nitrogen, you want to say 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. It is given like this 1, 2, 3. So pairing and oxygen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2p4. It is not given here. This is not. This is not. Okay, and electron configuration of fluorine. It is a fluorine actually. It's supposed to be fluorine, right? Yes, it is the fluorine configuration, right? And the pairing cannot take place. I just want to say pairing cannot take place unless the orbitals are off filled, my dear students. Next, stability of atoms we had. Okay, that is about, yes. And which of the, yes, question, for which of the orbitals m is equal to 0 for all orbitals? What is the answer you can say? Is a question. So maximum topics we completed. Just let us discuss a couple of questions. Get ready. For which of the orbitals m is equal to 0 for all? अरे कोई आंसर देना यार. It is going to be s orbital m is at 0. Among px, py, pz, pz का 0 and dz square का 0 निकालना है. So that option 2 is the correct answer for this. Your answer is 2. Correct, Ishita. My dear students, now the time for question, multiple choice questions. And when you get a question from this particular concepts, definitely you can get a NEET multiple choice. Get ready. Now we are doing, okay, Sterling, are you there? Richa Sharma? Okay. Now, yes, for which quantum number is different from the unpaired electron of the carbon? Yes, what could be your answer? Here it is going to be ML value, because 1s carbon 6, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p, कितना आ रहा है ना? 2p2, right? So it is going to be here 1 and 2, right? So it is having the different magnetic quantum number value, right? One more. So which orbital? There are 2 radial nodes and sum of the radial nodes and angular nodes is 5. 2 radial nodes and sum of the radial angular node is 5. So it is going to be, so angular nodes are supposed to be 3 na? So 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So it is going to be 3. 6 f orbital. So radial nodes and angular nodes. So it is going to be L, n minus L minus 1, L minus n minus 1. It is going to be 2 radial nodes and sum of radial nodes plus angular nodes is equal to 5. If you solve it is going to be 3. ये 3 किसका देना है? इसका आना चाहिए. Understood? Which of the following set of quantum number is not valid? And this is a very important चीज है. If you write any kind of entrance examination and this is the type of question 100 times so far every year, if it is in the NEET examination, if it is for IET examination, this kind of questions are being asked. Validation of the quantum numbers. Yes, very good. Validation of the quantum numbers. So n is equal to 3, L is equal to 2, M is equal to 2, s is equal to plus 1. It is valid, it is valid. And n is equal to 2, l is equal to 0, m is equal to 0, it is valid. n is equal to 4, l is equal to 2, m is equal to minus 1, it is valid. 4 and 3 and m वैल्यू इससे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. सो m वैल्यू 4 नहीं होगा अगर ये वैल्यू 3 है ना तो. सो 4 इज नॉट अवेलेबल, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. इशिता, रिचा शर्मा. सो इफ यू कुड एबल टू, आप खुद आंसर कर सकते हैं. ये ऐसे तरीका क्वेश्चंस आपका नीट एग्जामिनेशन में टॉप 1000 टॉप 100 में आपका रैंक निकलेगा. इट्स वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट, very important telling you, right? Fine. And number of nodal planes present in S, Px, Py, Pz respectively. S का nodal planes is equal to L value. 0 इसका 1 है, 1 है, 1 है. 0 1 1 1. So option 1 is the correct answer, है ना? Yes, very good. So answer 1. So which of the following orbitals is not possible? आप जल्दी बोलना आंसर आपका तरफ से. सो नीट एग्जामिनेशन में प्रिपरेशन का क्वेश्चन ऐसे होता है. सो क्वेश्चन तुरंत आंसर देना. ओके, एंड रिचा यू गिव द आंसर. व्हाट अबाउट द अमृता वासु, यू आर गोइंग टू गेट. अरे नॉट पॉसिबल बोला. ट्रैप, इट्स ए ट्रैप. अमृता, इट्स ए ट्रैप. राइट, इट्स ए ट्रैप. सो अब सही आंसर दिया. ये पॉसिबल के लिए 5G पकड़ के 4D भी होते 2S नॉट पॉसिबल है. इन द नीट एग्जामिनेशन इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, है ना? दैट्स गुड. एंड हाउ मेनी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर पॉसिबल? n is equal to 3, l is equal to and s is equal to plus 1. कितना है? That is going to be 3 only. Okay, because L is equal to 1 का मतलब it is p orbital. p orbital में 1 2 3 1 2 and 3. इसका -1 है, -½ है and -½ है. इसका +½ है and +½ है and +½ है. +½ 3. Got it? Who is that? Niharika? Okay, right. So anyways, now short formulas are made for you at the end of the session. सारे के सारे एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर अब खत्म कर लिया. वो एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर में रेडियस ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस r is equal to r0 a to the power 1/3 and you are going to get Planck quantum theory is equal to hc by lambda. Photoelectric effect is equal to h nu is equal to h nu naught plus half mv square and Bohr's model atom. These 4 are the formulas and also you take these as a PDF format in your notes. Okay, and de Broglie and the wavelength emitted by photon and the number of photons emitted and Heisenberg uncertainty principle and the quantum number iska conditions bhi hai. And thank you very much for the fabulous session. Great, and I want to see you. And tomorrow's session we are going to discuss chemical bonding. Get ready with that. Signing off, Suresh Avari from Infinity Land by Sri Chaitanya. Thank you all and like the session, share and subscribe. Bye bye. ముందు ఎండ్ చేయండి.